Chat. Panza. Red-green land destruction. Why is red-green land destruction called Panza? I don't know, Magic Zoomer. Google it. Alright, I do know, but you should Google it. Alright, so, how are we destroying lands? We had Stone Rain in the most recent Mystical Archives to blow up some lands. We've got Sawtusk Demolisher from the most recent Historic Anthology. We've got some Goblin Ruinblasters here to destroy non-basic lands. We've got Primal Command. Put target non-creature permanent on top of its owner's library. This can put lands on top of their deck to set them behind. So, we got some Ravager Worms at the top. Is this Jim Davis's deck? No! I built this deck on stream. It's my deck. Here's a video of me building it from nothing on stream. It's mine. I deserve the credit. This is why deck ownership is stupid, chat. There's no original thoughts in 2021. The Simpsons always did it. Putting all of the red-green cards that blow up lands into the same deck is not innovative. It's not. Sorry if you thought you were being innovative doing this. We built this from scratch, but there's probably going to be 800 different people that do something very similar to this, because a lot of decks like this build themselves, chat. And like these thirsty people who are desperate for validation and need to claim ownership of a deck idea that's really not that unique is so weird. And that's not a Magic thing, right? That's a card game thing. Like, that happens in Runeterra and Hearthstone. Everybody's like, no, it's my deck. And you didn't give me credit, Jeff. I built it. It's like you and 800 other people built it, okay? Let's blow up some lands. Occasionally, very rarely, something like Thesis combo comes along, and in like an edge case like that, I think that's one of the only cases where it's probably worth crediting. Like, when you're like deep into a format and no new cards are added, and suddenly someone's like, no, we put this combination of things together and it's good. Yeah, something like Cragcrown Ironwork, something like really out there. I don't even think Kiki Chord counts. Like, as someone who's often credited with creating Kiki Chord's not innovative, chat. I put the two cards at Infinite combo in the same deck, and I played them with the best tutor Modern had available after they banned Pod. Kiki Chord wasn't innovative. Like, it wasn't. I loved that deck. It was a ton of fun, but like, it definitely wasn't innovative. Bottom of the goose here. Turtle Man, thank you for the 13 months. Todd, thanks for the 13 months. Afterthought, thanks for the 7. Fire and Fury, checking in for the 21st month. I mean, someone even mentioned Lantern Control. I don't even know if Lantern Control counts. That's why it's like, there's so many people that worked on things similar to that for such a long time, right? Like, Lantern Control in and of itself is just an Ensnaring Bridge deck, right? Yeah, I think I'm a big fan of using intentionally specific language, and I think saying popularized is a good way to credit people with certain types of decks. It's also very easy to track who popularized certain decks, right? Like, it's easy to go back and reference who did what in which tournament when and see a timeline, whereas like someone's like, I built this deck, and it's like, well, like, what timeline did you build it on? Who else was working on things? Like, it's very difficult to like pin down the details on something like that. So this is a matchup where, believe it or not, blowing up lands is not Cody Stark built it in a goddamn cave. Built it with a pile of scrap. Figure it out. So against aggro decks, blowing up their lands is not good, chat. Sorry, it's just not. So we're gonna board out those. We're gonna pull up into some other things that gain some life. One of the actual great things about Primal Command is that this card can gain us life and do stuff even when blowing up lands isn't good. So the flexibility on this card is sweet. I don't think I want Armored Killer. Would I rather have a 4-mana 4/4 or would I rather have a 3-mana 2/1? Probably a 4-mana 4/4, actually. Yeah, Primal Command makes target player gain life, so you can kill Death Shadow with it, which is funny. Ow! As someone who watches YouTube sometimes, I'm an expert at copyright law and deck ownership is serious business. I'm gonna kill this in response to this, so that way Klothys can get us too. You don't enjoy the new clicking sound. But now when I tell people to pound sand, I can do this. It sounds like you're pounding sand. I posted a red-white Phoenix Prowess deck the other night. I think red-white burn prowess is probably a real deck in this format now, which is sweet. I think red-white burn is probably the most new archetype that I've seen. So we're dead to a deal 3 here. Missed it by this much, chat. This much. We should cut Turntimber. Honestly, 3 might be too many, especially if the burn deck's gonna be popular. Ravager Worm's probably too slow. You know, Burn's gonna be popular. Let me just play some of this. I've got these Slumber Mounds. Maybe I just want these to be basics. It's 22. 24. Kind of want to hit land drops in this deck, right? I guess I've got a lot of mana creatures. I don't know. I could go either way. I'm gonna leave two for now. I'm not gonna get too crazy knee-jerky. Yeah, for the record, I think a red-white burn deck being competitive and historic would be a net positive for the format. I think those types of decks do a good job of keeping the format honest. They also likely make cards like cards like Sultai Ultimatum, not amazing. You know if we'll get to green-white Ephemerate today? I don't know offhand. Haphazard Bombardment too slow for this deck? Yes. Haphazard Bombardment is not a good card. Like, play more good cards in your deck, chat, you'll win more often.
Hey, over here.
Over here.
Time to toast your mark.
Go up here.
Yup, you're going down.
What's going on, Impala? Glad you enjoyed it.
You will regret this.
Near Automator was really good. Yeah, did we plow him under? Hey chat, you know what I'm gonna get with this creature search? So anyways, we started blasting.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Reported for bullying.
Whatever. Figure it out on your own.
Kick it. Well, that's a good thought. Do we have, is Fiery Temper on Arena currently? It's not, right? It's not. Okay, yeah. Champ, you're contractually obligated to blow up the land. The part where they fatal push the Ruinblaster? Our opponents not mana screwed, chat. We've blown up their lands and we put a land back on top of their deck. They have 3 less lands than we do and we've interacted with their lands 3 times. That's not mana screw. That's good, clean, interactive magic. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Death rains from above. I'll do it again, I swear. Thank you for the sub gifties this morning. Happy Friday. And thanks for the 20 months. Howdy, howdy. I agree, Ransack. I would wager, I would bet that this most recent injection is probably the Mystical Archives would probably be the single greatest power level increase we ever see in Historic. I would bet, and they seem like they're at a pretty decent spot overall. Holly, good morning. Thanks for the follow. Is there a way to bump a deck in the queue? For a $50 donation, any of the decks that are currently in the queue could be the very next deck that we play after this one. For a $100 donation, you can add a brand new deck to be played right after this one. But other than that, I'm just kind of picking and choosing things that I want to see out of the queue when I want to see them. They were all added simultaneously, so they all have the same priority. All donated for at the same time with the same amount of money.
Didn't see a door, so I let myself in. I had guild business to attend to anyway.
Are you ready, chat? Sawtusk is ready. This interaction is great, by the way. You just get a free elk. Yeah. This doesn't have to destroy the thing in order to give you a 3/3. Yeah, getting the 3/3 isn't contingent upon the thing dying. So you just get to, like, target your Klothys and get a thing. You can also kill your own food with Goose, but that's not nearly as fancy. Gargaroth actually seems pretty mediocre here. They've got a lot of spot removal. I think these Abrades to kill things like Glint-Sleeve Siphoners early seem fine. Honestly, our land destruction plan seems pretty good against their mid-range deck, so I think we're gonna mostly stick to that. Maybe I want to trim a piece of mana here, so I flood out a little bit less. Maybe we trim, like, the Paradise Druid, so I don't really need to accelerate as much. We'll leave these Dorkos in at the bottom end of the curve. That's just Oko with extra steps. Kind of want the second Soul Sear in here. I don't want to trim for the second Soul Sear. Maybe I go down a Goose. How many red sources do I have? Can I cut a Goose? I've got 8, 13, 14. I only have 15 red sources. I don't know if I can afford to cut a Goose. So I'm adding more red cards in. Primal Command. Command's pretty good. It's like, it's a 2-for-1 generally speaking. You want to cut the Goose but keep the Druid? I can see that. Do this. Let's try that. It's still 7 mana dorks. Mark is amazing at COD. Are you, Mark? Are you amazing at COD? I feel like people who are actually amazing at things don't need to put it in their username. Usually, if you're amazing at something, Mark, you let your actions speak for themselves. Look at that, chat. We left one goose in. It's in the opener, just like we drew it up. Big words from Jeff Hoagland Magic got on Twitch. Something like that. The Inquisition, these, opponent. I want a 3/3, right? Because like if I kill a land and then they kill my Sawtusk, I'm pretty far behind. Yeah, I think this is and like our opponent hasn't missed a land drop yet. Yeah, like killing their land there when they haven't stumbled at all yet, I think is a mistake. Shit. I don't want the best play, I want the mean play. But Jeff, a tier 2 sub should get to use the tier 2 slide. There's a weight limit on the tier 2 slide. Even I can't use it. Give me Zangrief. If you're under the weight limit, maybe. It is a children's playground. Thank you for the 15 months. Welcome back. I'm not really interested in trading my 3/3 for their 2/2. And I don't really have anything I want to destroy with the Sawtusk, so I think I'm passing for now. I'm gonna murder the Glint Sleeve here, I think.
You wanna play with fire, huh?
Act like a child, does that count? Something like that.
Feel the burn.
They have like a fatal push here, maybe? They shock for. There's no way they're a shadow deck, right? Oh, giant killer. Yeah, good catch. They send everything at Chandra. I think I'm going to trade for the Skyclave Apparition. Mere Assassin, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Sure.
When people start screaming, yup, You're going down.
That's technically an upgrade, right? I don't think I'm Sawtusking this turn. Maybe we should have. Brutal. Wait, what? Friendo. Friendo. We take those, chat. We take those.
Pile of ashes. Oh, today's my lucky day.
I think I want to kill the White Castle. I think they're low enough life total that that's the better one to take here. So they get to diddle the Rabblemaster, and then I have to chump the Skyclave in order to keep Chandra alive. Oh, or we could just trade here and she goes to 1. That seems good for us.
Feel my pain.
What I have against White Castle? I love White Castle, Philly. I wish we had one in Bloomington. So, if I plus for mana, I can play both of these, right? Is that better than drawing a card? I think that's better than drawing a card, right? Yeah, White Castle has veggie burgers. They actually have impossible burgers and a bean patty now. Yeah, I can kick and Klothys.
This'll be easy.
So Chandra's dying either way. Do I just attack them here? I think so, right? Because we have Klothys to pressure. And like if they're drawing with this, they're taking a damage too. Yeah, it's like a 4-turn clock for Klothys now.
It's over when I say it's over.
This card's so good in these fair matchups. Yeah, them attacking with all their 1/2s is really aggressive. I want to prioritize taking creatures out of the graveyard to maybe make their Kaya not good later on. Pushing 1 damage with these doesn't really do anything. I guess if they want to eat these... But if I attack like this, they probably go trade, eat. Or, sorry, trade, eat. That's not worth 1 point of damage. Yeah, they can have Egdoms too, is a good catch. So prioritize taking the Skyclave specifically is really good. That's really good. I think we're dead, chat. Needed them to not have a way to gain life here. I've got probably 1 draw, maybe 2, and a way to kill the pupper. I have Abrades and Soul Sears in my deck right now because it's post board. I also have a 4th Chandra. I have a Glorybringer. Glorybringer would let us get there. Oh no, they have Giant Killer. I'm a liar. Glorybinger's not good. All right, that'll do, pig. That'll do. They took all of our toys. All right, you get to take game 3 on the play, huh? Put some geese back in and trim some interaction. Try and be a little bit more linear. Do 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 do. Beep, beep, do, 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 do. Come eat pizza. Thank you for the 29 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Get it out of here. Does being linear mean in terms of a card game deck? So linear decks are decks that are looking to largely ignore their opponent and simply execute their own game plan.
Hey! Watch it!
Watch it!
Today's my lucky day.
Who's getting a 3-3 here? I think it's them, huh? I think they're getting the 3-3. We're not here to make good decisions, chat. We're here to blow up some lands.
We're done here.
If they have land Doomblade, we get into trouble here. Okay, but they want to keep Sawtusk locked down. It takes 2 of their 2 mana at the moment. Yeah, we're playing the troll land, Irate. We've got 2 of them. Yeah, we've got 2 Slumbermounds. Am I trading these? Up. Slumbermound's a card that was designed with Twitch chat in mind. It destroys lands and it creates trolls. Are you ready, chat? Sawtusk is ready. And for reference, if they hadn't conceded that we were going to kill one of our own lands. Come on, Arena. Come on, Arena. Some tainted twin on the other side there, chat. If you didn't see us play the Laturi, the Spell Chaser deck yesterday on stream, it's probably the best of the 4 decks we played yesterday. It's quite fantastic. All 4 of the decks we played yesterday had some decent moments, but the Laturi deck was definitely the best of them. Peace was never an option for this goose. Man, plow under. That's a messed up magic card. A whole generation of Magic players don't even know how messed up that Magic card is. All right, Chandra's a good draw. I think we play Chandra, and then we can kick Ruinblaster.
I knew you needed my... Yup, you're going down.
After we get done blowing up some lands, how about we flashback some Magma Opus? We could do that, Navier. Thank you for the biddies. It's very generous of you. All right. So, next turn if I draw a land, I can double Sawtusk Demolisher and kill all of my opponent's lands. And another one. Listen, chat, I don't know if our deck is good, but it's definitely rude. Maximum rude, chat. You weren't using that island, were you, opponent? It'd be a darn shame if something happened to it. It is very Twitch chat. Alright, so... we don't really have anything that interacts with our opponent, do we? I think we just click submit and just try and be linear, right? Our deck is very interactive by default. We interact with all of their mana. Hey, Kinda, thanks for the tip. What standing desk do I have and do I recommend it? I have an Uplift standing desk and I'd recommend literally any other brand. The electronics in mine are very cheap and they only work like half the time. Half the time I click it, I have to punch it a second time. It's like broken enough that like I won't get another one, but like not quite broken enough that I'm gonna go get a new one right now. Like one of those, it's like, it's annoying enough that I wouldn't recommend it, but not so annoying that I'm gonna spend money to replace it until it's fully broken. It's my second favorite desk. What's the first to tie between everything else? That's a good line. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Hey, chat, you ready to start blasting? So anyways... Wow, look at the audacity interacting with my interaction. What did Goblin Ruinblaster ever do to you, opponent? Wow, look at this opponent. Just drew 3 of their 4 basics in their singleton deck, all natural. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. No! Wow! Hide your memes, chat. They're coming. They're coming for the memes. Get stifled, chat. This opponent is really stifling my creativity. How am I supposed to be creative under these conditions, chat? You see the tweet about Cobra Chicken? Can't say that I have.
Past, present, and
Come on, Untapped Dread.
Just the trick for this.
Come on, Untapped Dread. Really need Untapped Dread. Hey, that'll do, pig, right? Playing this... Whose land am I killing here? I feel like I'm supposed to kill my land. I guess they're getting close to comboing. I gotta kill Narset before they flashback memory, but I also I just want to end the game.
I was not prepared for this.
That's really unfortunate. We could die at any point now. Tainted pack is lethal. Morning, Rebel. Yeah, but leaving Narset in play lets them Impulse again, which gives them more of a chance to have something like Extinction Event. Can I make a red mana? Yeah, and get double red here. Be right to play Chandra. I don't know. I like taking them off green here. Like, we're kind of in danger of dying to a combo kill, chat. So, like, taking them off of mana is kind of appealing to make sure they can't do all that in one turn. Like, there's not going to be much of a long game this game, right? We need to just end it. We did also put a land in the bin to have more red later, is accurate.
I'm the best. This will be easy.
You know, maybe I'm actually supposed to time walk them there, so I don't get tainted here. They have exactly 7. Okay, so then we're good, right? These two are lethal. Sawtusk is such a sweet card in this archetype. Being able to have your land destruction be flexible to like do things when blowing up their lands isn't good is really strong. I did, silly cheese. Yeah, puppy, the tainted deck seems real. It's very, very reasonably assumed when we played it. Like, blue-black control was already kind of a deck in this format, and like, it's blue-black control with Splinter Twin jammed into it. Yeah, I agree, Alec. Our deck would likely be better if I could win a die roll, yeah. Blue-red, blue-green. Do we think they're taking turns, chat? Well, I mean, if direct challenges don't work, hoots can't happen tomorrow, so, like, we're at the mercy of Wizards of the Coast. If the issues aren't resolved, we can't have a tournament. I'm gonna make a decision this evening based on the status of things. I'm hoping we're gonna have a tournament tomorrow. Hey, thanks for following the Prime sub, Foxhall. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. I appreciate the Bezo bucks. Wouldn't be here without folks like you. Alright, take 2. opponent is very committed to making sure we don't get to do what we want. And now we never get another turn. That's not true. That's not how their deck works at all. If they start casting Time Walks this turn, then it's incredibly likely that we get another turn. The opponent's archetype doesn't have you locked out until, generally speaking, they're able to take an extra turn and generate card advantage in the same turn.
Together, we will prevail.
All right, Sawtusk up top. Come on. Come on, Sawtusk. If we draw Sawtusk, we can kill something and then kill the Nissa by attacking it. Feels magic, man. I can technically Primal Command here, but it really doesn't do much. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Deep fried pizza sounds about as unhealthy as land destruction, Big Moon. So, with our food, we're technically winning this race, but opponent's deck also has things that take extra turns. So like a Time Walker 2 here means that we quickly lose. Thanks for the 17 months, Gannon. Welcome back.
We will not fail.
Alright, Sawtusk can kill Nissa, but then we're behind in terms of the actual race. Thanks, Rang. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Ooh, that card's really good at racing.
I must go.
One swag dad, please. Hey, Ibnis, thanks for the entire year. It has been. Welcome back. Here's a philosophical question, chat. Is the blue-green taking turns deck the only place where Panza's the good guy? Is that the one? Is that the one place we get to be the good guy? It's right where I'm not the bad man. Panza's always the good guy. I don't know about that one. I think I want these oozes. These vortexes probably aren't very good. They kill us pretty quickly when they start taking extra turns. Hey, Trouble, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Good morning. Denchioke, thanks for the follow. Good morning, good morning. Turn to Stone Rain chats. You love to see it. Hey, Jam, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome, welcome. Caleb went nearly undefeated with Turbo Fog, with most of the wins coming from people scooping to the first fog. God bless. We ended up cutting Ravager Worm, isn't it? It's a little windy in here this morning, chat. Dandy Minutes, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Alright, take two. Memory lapse. Alright, they played an extra land. I killed one of their lands. Fair's fair, chat. Yes, actual factual Stone Rain of the Mystical Archives. Okay, so next turn we get to go Klothys and Goose into another Slumbermound, and then the ramp from these two next turn will let us activate Slumbermound to kill a land. That's pretty scary. This kills any land or a non-basic. Destroy any land. Nice. Nice. No. Are trolls just angry geese asking the real questions? So notable here that I killed their basic island as opposed to their hinterland harbor because Goblin Ruinblaster can't kill basics. There's a reason for that sequencing decision there. Sparkly Barbarian, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel today. Oh, you know what I just realized we should do in this deck? I should have at least one Tangled Florahedron, so that way Primal Command can search up a land in a pinch. I was thinking I kind of wish this could get a land, and it could if I had a Tangled Florahedron in my deck. Hey, Pedge, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. Automatic resub for the stone ring, God bless. Woof. That's a big in. Yep. Well, Klothys keeps Azcanta from flipping at least, which is nice. Well, I can't blow up, I can't Stone Rain them this turn if I want to keep their search from flipping. Do we just Primal Command them for the turn? I think so. If they bin the land off Azcanta, it's like you starting them. That's true. Yeah, I think we just get Sawtusk, right? All right, so if I draw... what a nice time warp you have there. It'd be a shame if you didn't have blue mana to cast an opponent. What just the darndest shame I've ever seen. Any thoughts to put Gargaroth on top so you can hit for 9? I'd recommend reading the card. Alright, they're attempting to draw a blue source here. Need to fade? Yeah, I definitely take that as a builder on Lambton. Damn it. Yeah, that's probably the game. You got another one? No?
The
focused and disciplined. Meditate and prepare.
They have a crawling Baron's chat, and they have mana to activate it. Blast Zone also kills Llanowar Elves. They have two different ways they're not dead here. And then we're very dead to Kefta Time Walk. This is the second deck of the day, Nante. The first one was quickish. We played a Sultai mid-range deck that was kind of eh. Couldn't blast or destroy their blue source. They had 3 blue sources because Azcanta flipped. I don't think I can keep a hand without acceleration. Maybe I'm supposed to, though, on the play. Maybe the 6 is the keep. I definitely don't think we keep 7 without acceleration. We have like 5 accelerants to draw to. Hey, Middle Speed, thanks for the Prime support. There's a ton of great people you can ship that to every single month. Thanks for sending it this way this month. I have a feeling there's a good chance we're going to cast the Sawtusk Demolisher for the next 3 or 4 turns. Sultai, Kefta, and Historic for some fair extra turns. Sounds good, Limpton. Kefta's pretty okay with discard spells and stuff, too. I wonder if that could be the unfair axis that makes, like, the kind of Sultai deck like we played earlier this morning, okay? And, like, Aether Gust my elf during my draw step. This now before they can shuffle it back in. Explorer resolves.
Power surges through these lands. Be wary of the ground you walk on. Fight on without me.
Me and the top of their deck is hot. We didn't play Citadel Storm this morning, Bella. I'm not playing the decks in the deck. The deck queue doesn't have an order anymore. Those are just all the decks that are waiting to be. All the decks in the deck queue have been added with the same number of points and values and stuff. Oh, I mentioned Assault deck. Yeah, we played Assault mid-range deck. When shall democracy return? Well, all the decks that are in the deck queue are added with the same amount of dollars, Sailor. So if someone donates extra for a deck, it gets played first. But like literally everything in there was added on the same day with the same amount of money. Alright, I think we're dead. We're just like not beating running Gargoths or Nissa into running Gargoths. My mulligans might have been wrong there. Mulliganing for an accelerant with what my 6 and 7 were might have been a little too aggressive. It probably should have on the play just like kept one of the cards with more spells. Hey, I appreciate the Beza Bucks average name. Is Brainstorm good? I think it's like playable in this format. It's not this card's broken at Legacy, so it's broken here like a lot of silly people were trying to make it out to be though. Hey, Zap! Thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Is that Glorybringer here? Feel like I need to control their board, huh? Yeah, I think Jace would probably be a little obnoxious, BDP. Lots of people try Death Shadow. It's not very good in Historic. Death Shadow is missing lots of key cards that make it playable in other formats.
I know. I am hot, aren't I? Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I think Gargoth's better than Thragtusk here.
Enough! Yup, you're going down.
Maybe I should leave a blocker back here in case they can protect this so they can't kill my Chandra.
Time to fight fire with fire. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Nah, Brainstorm being lacking's been the theme of decks that I've played so far with it. Do I Gargaroth here, or do I Slumbermound? I think I want to start drawing cards. I'm going to attack with Paradise Druid here to try and keep their life total down a little bit, but I think I want to leave the elves back in case I need to miss chump blockers. Looting's been aggressively average for me so far in the games that I've played. Hey, Montoya, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm actually supposed to activate Chandra post-combat because I don't want to be forced to play a creature and then have them gain life. So I think I start by attacking. Yeah, Andrew Jessup tweeted out that list. It looks really sweet. Mutate does not trigger Soul Warden, no. Killing something and making a 3/3 would trigger Soul Warden, though. Yeah, so Primal Command, if you use the put on top and then shuffle mode, you could basically get rid of a non-creature permanent. Because it puts it on top, and then your cards resolve in the order they're written. Which is, again, why that card has wonderful flexibility. They're guaranteed to draw it again? What do you mean by bye? Are you making a joke about the shuffler, or...?
Today's my lucky day.
Yes, okay. I think I'm killing my own thing, right? I don't really want to give them more blockers for my 6/6s. Why do I care about their first fort? And again, like, this is just like the sweet flexibility on these cards. Like, we're a land destruction deck when being a land destruction deck is good, but we've just like got Primal Commands and Sawtusk that have other utility when being a land destruction deck isn't good. Okay, so we kill their 1/1 and then we attack with everything?
Burn!
I forgot to count that he could give lifelink. It's a good thing we drew Chandra. Calculated, yes. Let's go with it was calculated. Okay, so Stone Rain and Ruinblaster aren't very good here. They're a deck that plays to the board quickly, so we don't really want things that just blow up lands. Elder Gargaroth is another big dumb beater, sounds fine. Some spot removal, some anti-life gain sounds lovely. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math. Yeah, people are really bad at statistics, Genesis. People assume that random means uniformly distributed because they're not bright. Nah, I don't think people necessarily are not shuffling by hand appropriately when they think the shuffler's out to get them. It's a very human response from people who aren't good at statistics. So, as humans, we are trained psychologically to remember outliers more than average case scenarios. And what this means is when you play Magic Arena allows you to play more games of Magic faster than any other way you can play Magic. So what this means is, if you're shuffling properly in paper, you're going to get the same distribution of Mana Screw and Flood and Clumps as you do in Arena. But in Arena, you're playing so many more games. So, you know, getting Mana Screwed in 10% of your games in paper versus 10% of your games in Arena, 10% of your games in paper is like, what? 2 games in a week. 10% of your games in Arena is probably 20 games in a week. And that bias where you're like, oh, I'm getting Mana Screwed a higher number of times even though it's proportionally the same is a disconnect that a lot of people don't have because they're not good at understanding statistical variance. That's a very natural human thing where they just look at the raw number, they don't think about things proportionally. There's been studies that have done too, where like when you ask humans to generate random lists of random numbers versus computers, when humans generate lists of random numbers, they tend to be more uniform and lack clumps on average. Because in most people's minds, random means uniformly distributed, even if they don't know it. For people that are new to the channel, by the way, if you're not familiar with my background, before I was a full-time meme here on Twitch, I have a master's degree in mathematics. I spent time teaching statistics and other classes at the college and university level for a little while. So, in addition to having lots of game background, good statistical basis in my education as well. Damascus. Thanks for the 9 months. Welcome back. Travis, thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate that for you. Welcome back. Listen, Dama. I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody else with their Twitch names. If your Twitch username is multiple words and it doesn't contain underscores or camel cases, your name is whatever I pronounce it as, okay? You want people to be able to read your username at a glance. Help us out. Add some underscores or camel case it or something. Like this. Look at that. Look at that. Jeff Hoagland. Capital J, capital H. Look at all those great usernames. You have both. Look at that, Taylor Pratt. Above and beyond. I was a camel caser. When I do software development, I don't use underscores like camel case things. So reading camel case is pretty second nature for me. Underscores are fine though too. I don't really have a lot of good cards for this matchup, Kid Martian. The opponent's archetype isn't super popular. So yes, I have Roiling Vortex in my deck because all of the cards that are currently in my sideboard are worse than Roiling Vortex. So 29 months into evil. Lands are nice draws. Hopefully we run off a couple more of those. We played Mono Red Storm. We have not. I think we're going to play Blue Red Storm later today. We're going to play some Torrential Gearhulks after this one, but I think there's a good chance that missing this land drop is a death sentence. I think we're likely not going to recover from that. If our deck wants another land, our curve's pretty high. That's the problem with, yeah, maybe I want to cut like Paradise Druid or some Geese for some Tangled Florahedrons. The problem with playing these Mana Dork style decks is that like you like these Mana Dork style decks have this issue where they simultaneously have not enough lands while also having too much mana in them quite frequently. Maybe we just like give up some of those to fit some of these in here. It's like a little bit of each. For the follows, Hunter and Ruby, welcome to the channel this morning. Thanks for the 33 months BDP, by the way. I think I missed that one. All right, let's do one more with Ponza here, and then we're gonna play some Torrential Gearhulks. Right, Trade Painter. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to the channel this morning. So the problem with something like Abundant Harvest is ideally this deck is looking to curve out in the early turns. And yeah, the fact that we have all these mana dorks means that you're gonna pick non-land in a lot of situations and end up getting a land basically, which is super awkward. Effectively getting a land, I guess I should say. AP, thanks for the follow. Good morning. The fact that this is a kind of land destruction spell that gets us another land destruction spell is great. I think I just put their island back on top again, right? That way they can't Yorion next turn. So I have 5, 6. I think it's just Ruinblaster again. I guess if I take Sawtusk, I can Sawtusk the island. I think I take Sawtusk, because Sawtusk lets me kill their island to keep them off of the Yorion for another turn. Although I guess if I Sawtusk here and they have a removal spell, I don't get to kill a land. Okay. I think there's a build around for Spellbinder, Mila, Flamethrower. I mean, all three of those are reasonable cards. Anyways, we started blasting. They block this, they take 8. Banger was lethal, assuming no interaction out of them. I don't think I want to assume 0 interaction. Alright, 3-color mana base, we were born for this. Ain't that the truth? Alright, so Gargaroth is pretty bad against spot removal. Definitely want the Roiling Vortexes against the Sultai Ultimatum deck. Thragtusk is probably slow and bad here, huh? Rest of this seems fine. Opponent cast their ramp spells. We just sat there and like diddled their lands a bunch. That's not what we're looking to do. Solid showing of our game plan. Is Sawtusk better than Avalanche Rider? Was Avalanche Rider in Jumpstart? Is that card historic legal? It wasn't, right? I don't think that card's historic legal. That's the weirdest thing about historic is like when people bring up random cards like that, you actually have to stop and be like, wait, that's not legal, is it? Because like the way cards get added to this format, like anything could be legal. It's not even just Jumpstart, right? It's like it's lots of other random stuff too. Historic anthologies add a huge range of cards too. Oh, our opponent missed the land drop, chat. You smell that? It smells like blood in the water. It's a real shame we can't Ruinblaster kick this turn. That one, get it out of here. You got him. He's been eliminated. The most cost-efficient or easy way to get into Arena Strevis is monocolored decks, so then you don't have a bunch of rare lands in your mana base. So if I exile a land here, I can Slumbermound. This is Twitch chat's invitational card, chat. It kills lands and it makes trolls. Listen, chat, our opponent's trying to take extra turns. We're the hero of this story. Me. Look at me. I'm the hero. If we draw land here, we can double Sawtusk next turn. Right? If we draw untapped land. Aren't they dead with Klothys? Oh yeah, that's true. We deal 2 and then do this, but if I killed them, chat, I'd have to stop blowing up their lands. I think we could all agree that if they're dead and I blow up fewer lands, that's not really a win for any of the viewers at home. Y'all are trying to maximize damage output. I'm trying to maximize how many lands we get to destroy. Thanks for the follow, No Tango. This is fun. The flexibility on these, I feel like this deck worked out in practice as good as I wanted it to in theory. Just the Sawtusk and Primal Command, just both being super flexible cards was great. Like there were multiple games in that set where we weren't in a position to destroy lands and have it be good, so we were able to use these to either make other 3/3s for ourselves, or use Primal Command as like a removal spell, like we shuffled away Nissas in a pinch and stuff like that, and that felt very reasonable. Thoughts on improvement? I liked the addition of Tangled Florahedron. Not only does this give us a land that we can search up with Primal Command on occasion, but it helps us not miss our land drops in general. With the Turntimber Symbiosis, gives us 26 virtual lands, which is nice. As far as the sideboard goes, I'm not sure exactly what I want it to look like. The what's it called? The life gain aggro deck felt really hard, and Roiling Vortex isn't very good there. And there's a good chance that because we're blowing up lands, we're pretty decent against the Sultai Ultimatum deck anyways. So maybe rather than Roiling Vortex, I'd rather play something like Rampaging Frostodon here for the Angels and the smaller white life gain aggro deck. I could see that being okay. But if you like blowing up lands, this seems fine. It felt reasonable. I think we ended up batting about 500. We won about as many games as we lost. It felt like we had good tools in most of the matchups that we were losing, so reasonable overall.